Launching your service desk solution doesn't have to be either complicated or costly project. My name is Adam, and today I'd like to show you how can you incorporate your service desk with our solution ITSM One. Now let me show you how it works. At the heart of every service desk, there's going to be a help center. Imagine a scenario where your end user is trying to find a problem or the solution to his problem about their software, their hardware, their licenses, or anything that is going on with his application. As a result, he's going to have a hard time to find anything related to his case. With this solution, with ITSM One, he's going to get a pre-configured portal with all of the available service categories and services available to them. He's going to see the most popular and the commonly used use cases, as well as he's going to be able to find and search through the portal in order to find anything that's going to be related to this issue. With that configuration, he's going to get request form categories as well as the other categories. That's going to help him diligently to find anything related to his case and be able to create or generate a request as fast as it is possible. Our solution is provided with the pre-configured automations and configurations of the many different items in Jira. What you are going to see and what you are going to get is the automation rules that are going to be pre-configured for you, and all of those rules are going to be filling out automatically the data on your issues. So you are going to get the automations that are going to automatically assign service categories, support groups, summary, and other custom fields as well. And as a result, from the end user perspective, he's only going to generate a request, pick out the application that he has a problem with, just pick out the environment in which this application is being currently configured or he's using it for, as he's going to provide you with some of the simple description of their issues. And as the end result, after it's going to be generated, he's only going to see all of the necessary information for him in order to trace down the issues. But from the agent perspective, there are going to be many data, including SLAs, support teams, assigned people, reporter, and all of those information necessary for tracing down and resolving this issue. And all of this is going to happen automatically thanks to those pre-configured automations, rules, and configurations that we have on this issue. While we are working with our service desk, we often encounter a situation when there's going to be one big issue or the problem with, for example, one of our biggest services like VPN or the Wi-Fi or one of our databases. And sometimes a lot of users at the same time are going to generate a request, and it's going to be very hard for you to trace down exactly what's the underlying issue. With ITSM solution, we are able to create problems, and with these pre-configured forms as well as ability to link the incidents to one issue, we are going to get one overview which will, for example, give you all of the information about the ongoing incidents and help you and your team of agents collaboratively work on this issue, as well as check out all of the necessary information in order to resolve this. With our solution, we are going to get one team assigned to the problem, and we are also going to get an overview, all of the related incidents or other work items related to our assets or solutions or any tools that you're working on, and be able to solve it efficiently. One of the core processes for implementation when you want to have a service desk compliant with ITIL practices is a change enablement. As you can probably imagine, planning out database migration or updating your servers might be very challenging issue. In order to mitigate all of the risks available, as well as include all of the people that are involved within this change of the asset, with our solution, we provide you with pre-configured workflow that's going to have all of the steps within the process, as well as the transitions that will allow the user to fill out all of the necessary information in regards to this change. For example, implementation plan, backup plan, or test plan. It will also allow you to either automatically or manually choose all of the approvers within the process, and as a result, all of the people that are necessary to approve a change and take a look at all of the dates, planning rollouts, and so on, are going to be included within this, and they are going to get the possibility to approve those processes on a certain steps, as well as you're going to see when those changes has been approved, by whom, and in which processes as well. So let's talk about now for the topic of the SLA and OLA management.
As we all aware, SLAs are the very important aspect of every functional service desk. You need this data to efficiently track and measure how your teams are performing based on the applications, priorities, and data. In this solution, we made it that easier that if any user will type down and choose what type of issue he has a problem with and what type of applications he would like to create his request for, as a result, with only typing down and choosing a little bit of the data, only necessary for us to know exactly what his problem is, the system will automatically trace down what type of the application it is, what type of user he is, and based on that information, he will assign the SLA directly to the request. As a result, we are also able to show this particular user which type of SLAs are available to him. So now he can see and choose exactly what type of information he would like to check and what type of activities and how performative it is. It also will give us the ability to visualize what type of other SLAs, or OLAs for that matter, are associated with the ticket. The combinations and use cases are endless, and we can easily manage which are visible and which are not visible to our end user, based on the fact whether or not they are only the end user of the application or the agents who solves the issue. And all of this can also be configured directly under one place and panel, which makes us manageable through the configuration based on the JQLs or assets in your organization.
We are perfectly aware how hard it is to connect your internal knowledge, your base of knowledge, articles, content to your end users or your agents. With ITSM solutions, your end users are going to have quite a lot of options to reach out to those knowledge bases. For example, on the Help Center view or on the customer portal, by typing down the request that they are looking for or the topic that they want to have a help with, they are going to get an access to the articles that we have shared with them. For example, by typing down VPN, they are going to have an access to the articles about the VPNs in our organization, and with that, they might be able to find resolutions to their issues faster without involving the agents. From the agent's perspective, you are going to get, as an agent, access to all of the related articles to the particular issue. You can take a look at those, you can share them between each other, share them with customer, and overall collaborate on them, as well as you can also collaborate with your fellow agents by adding comments and using the comment sections for their purposes, or working on the one unified queue view in which you are going to see which tickets are being assigned to who, which are being prioritized the most, and what are the overall data in order for you to plan your work accordingly. One of the most prominent features of the implementation done with us is the fact that we would like to use the tools and the software that you currently have in your organization. That means we are going to configure the communication channels on your either Slack or Teams software in order to make the place for agents or your end users where they can likely create the requests, work on those, communicate between each other about them as well. In this example, there's a dedicated channel in which all of the agents can see exactly what tickets have been generated in the past, whom have been assigned to them, as well as if there are any changes in regards to them. So if you want to take a look at the ticket and see exactly what statuses has been done, to whom it has been assigned, how are we working on those tickets, and essentially being communicated how like you would talk to your other fellow agent in your team, you are going to get that in here. It's very easy to do because people now don't have to switch the contexts and they can work and communicate with each other as well. It's not only agents that are going to talk in here, but if you need to, for example, generate a ticket or work on this, you can use the assisting commands for that. And for example, the command assist will generate a pop-up window for you in which you are going to pick your Atlassian site or the place you would like to generate this ticket. Now, you just need to take a look at all of your available requests. We can control that, so we can easily configure which tickets or request forms are available. And with that, the system is going to automatically pre-generate a window for you on which some of the data that is being assigned to the tickets are going to be shown and visible. And by writing them down and filling them, the request is going to be generated directly into the Jira, and the proper communication is going to be started as well on the channel. The user doesn't have to change the context, they can work on this collaboratively, and of course, as a result, resolve the issue or the incident as fast as it is possible. At Deviniti, we know that not the tools alone are solving the problems, people do. That's why we handle the initial setup and then guide your agents with detailed training how to configure and manage your instance along the way. Whilst doing that, we configure and prepare the test frameworks that include workflows, schemas, notifications, permission schemes, service catalogs, and many more. While we are doing that and doing those implementations, we deliver as well regular health checks with your agents and on your instance so that we know the implementation is going smoothly. Whilst that, we provide you with the ongoing support, get all of your feedback during incrementations for the projects, and deliver everything as you intend to and based on your prioritization. And whilst we are doing that, we are making sure that all of the configurations are ITIL compliant and they are aligned with the best practices that we get to know along our long years of experience.